Hello, my name is Allison. I make cleaning and lifestyle videos twice a week usually. Today I wanted to try something a little different. I thought that I would maybe watch an episode of Hoarders and react to it. I've seen Hoarders, but it's not a show I watch on a regular basis. And I'm a really sort of neat and orderly person. And I just thought it would be kind of maybe funny or entertaining to watch an episode of Hoarders. I pulled up the very first episode on YouTube. So that is what I'm going to be watching. I'm not sure if I have ever seen this episode before or not. It's possible I've seen it, but this is not something I watch on a normal basis. So it's probably going to be the first time I'll be seeing it. Let me know if you like this type of video, either in the comments or by liking it, just to let me know if you would like me to do more videos like this. So let's go ahead and start the video. We'll see what happens.
I would rather stand on the corner bare-ass naked during traffic than have people come into my house. It's not just stuff, it's stuff piled on top of stuff.
You try to have a nice house, but it's just not happening for me.
As crazy as I was to get it out, she was just as crazy to keep it in.
You live here? Crazy people.
Okay, my first thought is just I can't imagine not being able to walk through a home. There's stuff that's piled so high that they're having to actually climb through the house to get anywhere, which is just a horrific thought. I mean, even been to houses that were kind of just messy, but they had at least paths cleared so they could move around. So that's just really awful situation.
Like this. I ended up destroying the house that I loved.
Thank you.
At first glance, Chris, a 46-year-old Navy veteran from Northern Virginia, seems perfect in every way.
Now, I was just going to note that he looks so normal. Like, I would never look at that guy walking down the street and think that he was living in any kind of messy situation. I think that with a lot of these hoarding situations, people don't really know. Like, unless you've been inside someone's house, you really never know what they're going through. You don't know how they live. So it's always a good idea to just kind of get to know people a little better, because you just never know what they're experiencing.
Chris is like myself, overachiever. He was a Boy Scout, he was an Eagle Scout. He served his community, he's active in the church.
He's so sweet and so loving and
He seems very nice.
so beautiful to look at. And he does anything I want.
But unbeknownst to family, friends, and his colleagues at work, Chris has a dark side he keeps hidden behind the door of his 3-bedroom townhouse.
It looks like a nice place to live. You would never know just walking by that place there was an issue.
Chris is an extreme hoarder.
That's a lot of stuff.
I think anyone that would enter my home would be pretty startled. It's not just stuff, it's stuff piled on top of stuff. It's nuts. It doesn't make any sense.
How does he make any food?
I haven't used a stove over here, obscured by the pile of stuff over this way. In addition, I've got a second stove over here.
Chris's problem has been fueled by a chronic tendency to buy things he doesn't need.
I just want to stop and add in that is a really common problem with a lot of people. Pretty much everyone I know, everyone buys things they don't need. Some people do it to a greater extent than other people, but it's something that I always have been trying to work on, and I think it really improves your life if you learn when you're buying things unnecessarily, because you can see when the extreme happens of just buying things that you don't need. It really has a negative impact on your life. Okay, that's my thought.
I take a certain joy in going out shopping, and the crazy part is you get something and then you never use it or never put it to work.
It's home for years.
It looks like it was a beautiful home at one point.
I can't expect any good woman to have the patience to sustain a relationship with me unless I make some changes.
You can't have a normal relationship living like that.
1,000 miles away, in Franklinton, Louisiana, it's garbage day, and 48-year-old Lori Groh is out on patrol.
Hunting for treasures. That's what we like to call it.
Now, she looks like someone I would think was a hoarder if I saw her. I don't know why, but she just has that look.
I don't know, it doesn't that way too.
And she's literally just driving around looking for trash to bring into her home.
They look to be in good shape. This is cute for a child. Buckle's real good on this one. Now I just want to see if anything's in here.
She probably doesn't have a young child that she needs a helmet for, but she's probably going to take that helmet.
Actually, that's a good container. Under the bed tote. A little hose.
Yeah, she's taking the helmet.
Action. There's more.
I'm kind of scared to see it inside her house. Oh, it's very cute. It's so cute.
Lori's also a compulsive hoarder,
Oh.
and her 2,500 square foot stone cottage is already bursting at the seams.
Oh, yeah, that's like my worst nightmare. Oh, it looks so filthy.
You try to have a nice house, but it's just not happening for me. About 7 years ago, I got ill with fibromyalgia, and it's a very difficult illness to deal with.
The first year or so, she was...
I'm also going to say that I know most of the episodes I've watched where people have issues with hoarding, there's usually some sort of psychological issue going on that usually triggers it or causes this behavior. It's not something that's just a normal person is just going to do. It's usually some root issue that's causing the behavior.
That's when she started collecting all these objects with the intention of reselling them to make money to try to contribute money towards the family. It was kind of on a mission to get people clothes and furniture and everything imaginable for the house.
But Lori's mission would soon push her hoarding to shocking new extremes.
So went out looking.
I really feel bad for her husband. Like, you can really see in his eyes that he is hurting and that this is something that's out of control and he does not know how to deal with it. And usually the family members of people that are in these situations are really feeling trapped. I think they don't know how to get out of it or how to help the people, so hopefully they can help these
I found her sleeping in the middle of parking lots and stuff.
Things you just, that were just crazy. And one night he did discover the things in the bushes and he really blew.
I took baseball bat, bashed stuff up, hauled stuff outside, threw it in the yard. But Lori was so possessive about it. It's crazy. I hate it. I call it welcome to my nightmare.
Yeah, that's a nightmare. Yeah, you can't live like that.
So it really put a crimp on our family life.
There are times when you're hoarding that you think, oh, that's going to be gorgeous on your dining room
That's a pretty bowl, but it doesn't look pretty in a giant pile of garbage. And that home looks like it was probably so beautiful
Lori's
before it got filled
relationship with her husband isn't the only one in serious jeopardy. Today, her daughter Annabeth is coming to visit for the first time in over a year.
Well, we're going to see her reaction.
Oh, it's so good to see you. No, it's been forever.
And she's not looking shocked, so she must be expecting some sort of mess.
I thought you said you cleaned up.
I did clean up.
Yeah, she knows the situation.
I know.
So.
But it's better than it was.
I don't see a difference, Mama. Told you to start in one room. You just start in one room and do that room first.
That's good advice.
And then start on the next.
If you're overwhelmed, start in one
you know
space.
What I mean?
It's so important to me. Over them. That's a good question.
Yeah, I don't know how people put material objects above the humans that are in their life. The people that are in their life are so important. Like, you should never put a material object above another person. It's just messed up, in my opinion.
I never suspected that he had this kind of problem. I didn't go to his house, and once he started coming to my house, he was fine.
If you're dating someone and you never go to their house, that's a huge red flag. You should be at their house at least a few times, even if it's inconvenient, so you can see how they live.
I've dated one or two women that have been very meticulous, and it's a deal breaker. I mean, there's just no patience for that.
That's a huge deal breaker.
I think
all women,
if you're going to be honest in a relationship, you need to tell somebody you got this problem.
Yep, you gotta tell him.
For Chris, that means finally letting Annie inside his house.
Oh, she's not seen it. Here's her reaction. She's just overwhelmed at this point. Like, how do you even cope with that?
Wow.
Chris is an extreme hoarder. And
They're a cute
today,
couple.
his
They just
girlfriend
look
Annie
cute together.
is seeing the inside of his house for the first time.
I can't believe it. I have never, ever seen anything like it. I mean, you walk in the house and you have to walk on top of stuff that's waist high.
Yeah, that's so dangerous to climb on garbage to walk.
Do this to their life.
Now she's referring to him as a someone, which is not a good sign that their relationship is gonna get through this. I'm thinking they're probably gonna break up. Now that she's referring to him as a someone, that can't be a good sign.
You have a beautiful house. I cannot
Yeah, it's beautiful.
imagine this, Chris. God. Why? Why is it like this? Really, 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 why? Can you tell me why?
She's getting angry now.
Quit caring about
But Chris, look at all this stuff.
Like he hasn't seen it. Look,
You
like
are kidding.
she's acting like he
This
doesn't
is
know.
Crazy,
Oh.
crazy.
For the last 5 years, Lori Grove's family has been living a nightmare.
I try to get rid of stuff in the house. All it does would
Oh,
start
he's
a
got a
fight or
cane.
an
That's so
argument.
dangerous that he has to navigate through that house. And he has issues walking already.
My
I feel
family's
so
the
bad for
most
him.
important thing to me. Come on in.
When working with people who hoard,
You're
these
the
habits
expert.
are changeable, but it's very hard and it really does involve some pretty intensive treatment. All right, so tell me a little bit about
Oh,
this room.
see
When
it
you
like
look at
that.
this room, what do you see, honestly?
Safe haven.
Safe haven. Okay.
That's the opposite of how I would describe that room.
Yeah, so you and your goal of pulling your family closer back to you.
This is going to be a hard
As a
process
next
for her.
step, Dr. Dia
She
conducts
looks
an
like she wants to
experiment
change, though. I
designed to
have good
test
hopes
Lori's
that she's going to
anxiety,
overcome this.
one possession at a time.
Okay.
But let's pretend for a second that you've given me permission to take this stuffed animal and to walk out the door with it. What would that be like for you?
You gonna take care of it and keep it?
I can't answer that question.
Then I'd have probably a problem.
I wonder why it's a stuffed animal that
Okay.
she's so
If he
attached
would have
to.
told
There's
me
got to be a
that he
story
would have
behind
taken
it.
care of it, I would have given it to him on the spot.
She's almost
First
treating her
time I
objects like they're
nervous for
like they're
some reason.
people or
Okay.
like they're things
Okay,
that,
good.
like there's something that she needs to
Here's
care
this
for.
doll.
It is essential for a hoarder to be involved in treatment. It will do no good to bring a dump truck up to somebody's house, bring all of the
agree with
goods
that.
out, get rid of everything, and then have the hoarder come home. There would be a very strong reaction
Probably
to
just
get
start hoarding
more
all
stuff.
over again.
This is the
That has to
entrance
be a
to the
very
home.
difficult job to be the people
And,
that help
while
these
ship
people
positioned
have
with
to
you
deal
so
with
you
this
can
every
see
day
things.
for your job. I don't know how they do
I've
that.
got the kitchen area, which is through the door.
But today, she's ready to turn over a new leaf.
I really hope these
With help
both of
from
these
professional
people.
organizer Ellen
change
Martin,
their
Lori is
lives.
determined to reclaim at least one space.
They're starting the cleanup process. And they're working on it.
How about this keychain?
Donate.
Okay.
Oh, she's doing well.
You're doing really well.
Yeah.
I think that it really hit home and that she realized, hey, look, you have a problem.
Deciding what stays and what goes isn't easy. And some items prove especially difficult to part with.
Okay.
That's a nice
How
bowl.
about this bowl?
That's the bowl I was talking about earlier. That I liked. I could see why she'd want to hang on to
I really
that.
wanted to keep. Tough road.
Are you okay with that?
She's
Really?
gonna have a breakdown.
Really?
It's hard.
I don't know what else I can use it for. I just think it's so pretty. But I don't know what I'm going to use it for.
Okay. I'm going to put it in the consignment shop box, okay?
I don't know how our society has gotten to the point where people live like this.
Chris
Like,
is in danger of
what's
spending
wrong
the
with
rest of
us?
his life.
Really throwing those things.
After
Okay.
walking out on his first therapy session, a future with Annie is now more in doubt than ever.
I don't know if they're gonna make it through
His
their
life is about
their
stuff.
relationship.
And his house shows that that's all he wants. He just wants stuff. If he could have his stuff at his house and he could be at my house, he'd be golden. But I'm a big girl. That's not gonna work for me. I'm done.
Oh, she's out. I thought she was going to
Without
go.
Annie, Chris is in desperate need of a fresh start.
That is right.
So he's reached out to his brother
Now he's
Jason
dealing
for
with
support.
getting all the stuff out of his
I
house,
became
and
aware of his
his
current condition
emotional support person is out too.
5-6. Dr. Saylor will
good
use
that
this
he's getting
session to
treatment.
incorporate Jason. Despite help from professional organizer Lynn Minot,
I don't know if he's
Chris
gonna
is having trouble
get
letting
through
things
this.
go.
I needed these because of the return I've got to do.
I think the lady's making more
This is going
progress
to
than
take
he
him
is.
6 months at least to get more functional areas in his house. And we wouldn't really want to go in and just have him discard everything because he has a great deal that is of value.
Now, it's interesting that the expert was like, his stuff's valuable, we shouldn't just get rid of it. I don't know that that's a great strategy, because there's only so much value, unless it's like, really expensive, collectible stuff. There's only so much value objects can have, and getting your life back together is a lot more important than any object is going to ever be. Just my thought.
1 month later, it's Mardi Gras in Louisiana, and the Groves
it's
are
looking
ready
good.
to party.
It's looking like maybe
With
they made some
therapy
progress.
and the help of a
There's the
professional
doll that she
organizer,
wanted to keep.
Lori's removed 5 years of clutter from her dining room,
There's the
transforming
decor.
it into a warm and
Oh, it looks
inviting
so nice.
space her
Oh, it's
entire
so pretty.
family
Look at
can
that.
once again enjoy.
Oh, yeah, I like it.
Goodness.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, you can see it.
It's like a normal house
beautiful,
almost. It's
Laura.
amazing.
I could just glimpse a little of your furniture before, but now,
For me.
It's like
And
a
that's
different
the big
space.
difference of what's going on now. And
Good job, lady. Good job.
I wasn't really sure why I became a hoarder.
I'm hoping they do like a farther in the
Feel
future
like I've
update
done
on both of these
something
people
good
too. I don't
and
know
to
if
make
that's
me
what they have on the
feel
show.
good.
I'll find out.
I can see your mom.
I'd like to see if they maintain their progress. I don't know if the guy is going to make any progress. We'll see.
6 weeks into treatment, and Chris's struggle to clean out his house is showing small signs
He's not
of
going
progress.
anywhere. He's not
6 weeks is a heartbeat.
getting through this right now.
It's not an easy fix.
I really do hope he
And
gets
I didn't have the
through it.
expectation I'm going to have this. If I can get a deck built in the back of my home, that's a nice area
I think
to
he needs
have
to worry
friends
about
over
cleaning
and
before building a
enjoy.
deck.
But part of me, I just haven't wanted to do that. So
Like, I kind of just want to get in there and just start like tossing stuff out.
done.
He's not going to have a normal life
acknowledging that
if
other
he
people
doesn't get
have
his act
similar
together.
problems.
It is what it is. And
That's sad.
he's in
She
good
should have been more
shape, and
supportive. I wish she would have been more
I'm not
supportive. I think he would have
gonna
made more progress if she
For
would
the
have given him
Navy
a little more
veteran,
support.
the battle against compulsive hoarding will be long and hard won.
I've done many things.
I guess we're not going to get a
and
long-term
fallen down
update.
and
That's- Okay, so that is my reaction. I really hope that both of those people make progress down the future. I don't know, maybe there's an update episode somewhere, but, they both seem like really nice people. It's just a sad situation, whatever emotionally is going on with them, is, impeded their life in such a bad way. But I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. I'm so glad you're here, and I hope you all have a beautiful day today. Bye!